Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another brand new Aviation Jack video in the QualityWings 787. Now, this is the first time you're seeing this on my channel. It's not a full flight video. It's literally just a tutorial on how to get the Boeing 787 by QualityWings ready and all programmed. No push and start, no flying, nothing like that. Just literally how to start the aircraft and how to program it ready for engine start. So we are in the TUI 787-8 and we're literally in a cold and dark state. Nothing is on, nothing works, everything is off. Even if I click the seats, they don't go in. The parking brake doesn't even work, believe it or not. Parking brake's not even on. So what we can do to start off this aircraft is really simple. Go to overhead panel, bam, click on the battery switch on the electrical side. Literally right on the left, and as you can tell, nothing is still on, but what you can do a bit more. Parking brake can now be set. These chairs are still not able to be pushed in by the looks of it. Okay, so what we do is wait for the battery to fully start, and then we turn on, in actual fact, no, don't do that. We can do the external power instead. We can put the external power in, and there we go. We now have power to the aircraft. So the parking brake set, and we can bring in our seats like so. Very, very cool. And now everything is powered up, including all our little displays. Now it looks like these are aligned, but they're not. So next step is to go up to the overhead panel, and here it says IRS, and it's literally simple as an off and on switch on the left and right. All we can do is right click on, and what we will see is that these will now start to align once we put in our details on the CDU. Okay, so now all we got to do is do a bit more on the middle section, like electrical hydraulic section. So we can do the flight deck door power on. We're going to right click on the emergency lights and then right click, and then it will shut, and that's your emergency light armed. Now we're going to do the window heats on, the left side and right side. You're going to leave the hydraulics and the electrics, they can stay off for now. And we're going to set the passenger signs to on. There's a little double click there. Also important to know, the strobe lights are automatically on for some reason, so make sure you switch them off, like so. And then you won't have any strobe lights annoying when they shouldn't be on. Okay, we can turn on, the packs. Left pack and right pack can come on. We're going to start getting air conditioning, but usually only when the APU started. But once the APU started, we can start getting aircon in. What else? Nav light can stay on, taxi lights off, and everything here is off. Overhead is fine. Overhead is all done. Next, we come down to our little CDU here, like so, and we start to program it. Now, you can either do it from on the screen or off the screen. So if we go to ident, which is the first one, so if you look at here, you go down the list like so, but you don't have to go back, it does it itself. So if you go to ident and then position in it, it gives you your ref airport. Now all the ones that are grey are the ones that are clickable and what you really should set in. So the airport we were at is Gran Canaria, or Gran Canary, whatever you want to call it, and the ICAO code of that airport is Golf, is it GC? Yeah. Golf Charlie Lima Papa, GCLP. Pop that in there, and as you can tell, for some reason this hasn't. You should get a few boxes down here, and then you put this latest position, last position in this box, but you can't because it hasn't popped up. So in case that happens, switch the IRSs off again and switch them back on again. And as you can tell, now we have a box. So plop that in there, and there we go, bam. Next is the route. So this is where we program our route, and then this is how the computer on the plane autopilot flies according to the route. So, like I said, our not a destination. The airport we're flying from is GCLP, and then that goes there. Your origin, that's where that goes, and then your destination is the airport you're flying to, and that is Gatwick, which is EGKK, Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. The runway we're taking off from is really simple to get that information. If you go to Active Sky or vPilot or VATSIM, anything that has an ATIS, anything like that, you can get details off and it will give you the active runway. If you can't read an ATIS, then I do recommend you get Active Sky. All you've got to do is go to conditions page, type in the ISAO code, and it gives you the active runway. So in this case, it's 03 left. So if we go to 03 left, that is our departure runway. Cool. And then as you can tell here on this screen, it now has 03 left. Right. Next step, co-route. Now there's one or two ways you can do this. You can either use a company route or you can input everything by yourself. I do recommend using a co-route if you want to be lazy like me, because you don't have to put all your waypoints in automatically, which could take a while because you're doing long haul. So if you do have a co-route and use SimBrief or Project Fly, I can't speak for what's that program people use, PFPX. I can't speak for that because I don't know what the numbers are, but like I said, if you use SimBrief or Project Fly, it's really simple co-route. Literally just your origin and your destination, like so, all together, no spaces, and then 01. Make sure it is 01, and you can save this as well. It gets saved through Project Fly into the system. Or if you don't want to do that way, you can do route request, like so, and then it gives all your routes that are saved in the folder, in P3D folder, and you can literally just click on it and it will load it in. So for example, that's the wrong one. We look for GCLP, so EGKK right here, C01.RET, which is route. Click on that, it's in there now, and press activate, and as you can see, the runway has gone, so put that back in again. Oh, that is the only downside. If you do request, then you've got to do it all over again, but if not, then it will stay. 03 left, like so, and everything is good. You don't have to do the flight number if you don't want to, but we might as well. So our flight number is, where's the Y? Oh god, I can't see it. BY527. Just made that up. Bam, the flight number is there. So now if we come to our PFD, you can tell, bam bam bam, our flight number is there, BY527, which is Tui Thompson, I think. It could just be Thompson. And then execute that. When the green light flashes, you can click it here or here, execute that, and the route will save into here and you'll see it. So keep an eye on it. Bam, there's our purple line, that's our route. Next is the perf. Now we haven't set any fuel or anything, so what we will do is come over here to this lovely screen and we're going to click on dispatch. Now this is where all your fuel and payload is set. I don't have exact fuel, I don't have like exact fuel how much we're taking, so we're going to guess, and we're going to fill up these tanks and put a tiny bit in the center. I don't know if that's right. It's in pounds, I usually use kilograms. Then you're going to set the fuel tanks like so, and then your payload down, we can copy that as well, and then you can set your passengers, how many you're taking, your cargo, so we can do that, quite a lot of business passengers today, and we can put our cargo a bit in the bulk, and then set payload, and you notice that the plane drops a bit, and then copy. Simple as that. Come back down here, and then you fill out your perf if you want, and then your thrust and your N1. So this page, really simple. I just put reserves as 1, literally just 1, and it works fine. And then your cruise altitude is the altitude that you're cruising at. Now, pretty much self-explanatory. If you want to cruise at a flight level of 340 or 330, you literally just type in 330, and that is 33,000 feet. Obviously, if you're doing VATSIM and you have a flight plan, it will give you the altitude that you have to fly at. But because I'm not doing this, I just how to set the plane up. This is just an example. So 330, and you can see it's a flight level 330. Cost index for TUI or Thompson, I don't quite know, but we'll do 35. Doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, depending on your company. But if you're not sure on the cost index, go to the internet and just type in Thompson 787 cost index, and it should give you it. It might be under CI, and if it is under CI, then that is cost index. Okay, execute that. Bam. I see it's all set here. Lovely. Thrust limit. Don't see anything on this page. I don't. You can if you want to go more into detail, but you have to look that up on how to do that. You can look at the QualityWings 787 manual. Takeoff. Here is where the flaps are set. So flap 5. This is the part where I usually set them. There we go. Flap 5. And then you double click the trim, and that's your trim. Here on this screen, don't know if my mouse cursor's on, but here on this screen it says 4 and 475. 475 is the trim that it says here, which is what you need to set the stabilizer trim to. So at the moment it's on 4. So what you want to do, my joystick's not connected, you want to retrim the aircraft to 475. I might be able to do it from here in actual fact. So if I click that, oh, there we go, that's a bit too much. So we go down, there we go. Hopefully it does it. There we go, 425, 45, and then how many more do we need? A few more. There we go, 475. And now your trim has been set, like so. Now here is your takeoff speeds, V1, VR, V2. So VR is where you rotate, and V2, sorry, bit cough. This is where you can now set this into your MCP over here. So the speeds, I always set the V2 speed, which is 157 in this instance. So we set that as 157. Oh, I don't like it when it does that. 157, there we go. And the heading, I set the heading as the runway we're taking off from. So it's 03 left. So we set the heading as 03. See? And you can see the purple line lines up with it. Just about. If I zoom in. Purple line roughly lines up with it. Just the way it works. Okay. Altitude, I said was cruising at a flight level of 330. So we're going to set that to 330. Like so. There we go. And then we can arm the left flight director and arm the right flight director. Go down here and we're going to do our departure and arrival. So here you go, our origin where we're departing from. Go to departure, and this is the SID that you're departing from. Now, I don't actually have it with me at the moment, but on your flight plan it will come up with your first waypoint. It is the SID, so the first, whatever, it looks like this. So on your flight plan you'll see something like this, and the first one you see on your flight plan is the departure you're using. So for example, on 03 left it could be the Bimba 4 Bravo, but as you can tell we can't use that because that's only 21 left and 21 right, so you'll erase that. Let me find one that actually is. There we go. So the cost for Alpha, we can use that one on the runway 03 left. We execute that, and that is our departure SID, and that is how, if I make the screen bigger, that is how, oh sorry, not how, that's our route that we're taking. So as you can tell it goes down here like so, down, and then we carry on. With me I do it. I do do it, but this kind of route I don't like. So if you don't want to go this way, just go straight on, don't tell anyone. But yeah, that's that. Right, next, your QNH. So actually let's zoom that back in. Your QNH is basically your from sea level. So at the moment it's set into like American, I think, is it? What's American? Is that Imperial, yeah. Imperial, something like that. Metric is what we use. Switch that to HPA, like so, and as you can tell we've now got 1002, 1002 HPA. If you click on your keyboard B, that will set it to the weather that's current, and it will set it to your correct QNH. If you don't use a weather service and you fly offline, like a weather add-on, and you fly offline, pressing B is not going to do anything for you. It's just going to stay the same because you haven't got active weather on. Whereas if we go outside on the plane now, you can tell we have clouds and weather. So that weather is basically downloading from the internet into the sim, so it's as accurate as possible. Oh, looks very nice this plane, doesn't it? Anyway, back into the cockpit. Now we've got all that set, we can arm LNAV and VNAV. Of course it's going to do that. This is my day. This is obviously going to happen where it doesn't actually want to arm. Yeah, see that? A normal person's computer and sim would flash a little like yellowy white light here to say that VNav is and LNav is armed. Obviously, knowing me, that's not going to do it. But click these two and LNav and VNav will be armed. It doesn't even say it on the PFD. Life's hard. Okay, now this is the part where everything is programmed, everything, and you are ready to push and start your plane. So I'm going to show you how to start the engines and then we'll end it right there. So first of all, you're going to need your APU. You're going to start, it's going to go to on. So as soon as you flick it to start, it's going to flick itself back to on, and you right click to do that. Also, you need to turn on your fuel pumps and your sensor fuel pumps because we do have fuel in it. If you have fuel in the sensor, I'll show you, I'll demonstrate. As you can tell, we have got a bit of fuel in the center tank, 24% fuel. So if you do have fuel there, you do need to turn on your sensor pumps, because then fuel will basically pump. Right, so APU is on, as you can tell, it's switched on, and the APU generators are on as well. So what we can do is, bam, take off the external power. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. Okay, basically what just happened here, lovely example of what not is to check if the APU started or not. Don't worry, you haven't lost anything. If the APU is not started, don't turn it off. There we go, now the APU is running. Now we can turn it off, see? And now the APU generator and APU is running. Okay, really simple to start the engines, like really simple. We'll switch on the electrics, bam, and you'll start to notice, I don't think it will actually, yeah, all the electrics are on, and you can hear noises. Did you hear that? That's all the electrics happening. Now, the engines, you can start them both at the exact same time, which is great. So if you're going to start left and start right, there we go, they're both going to start, and as soon as you can see like a bit of action, or you just fuel control left, fuel control right, bam, bam, pop the fuel in, and the fuel's going to start flowing to the engines, like so. See them increasing and running. Oh, here you go, LNav VNav's popped up, fun. Alright, come outside, and here you go, the engines are starting up, like that. Lovely view, right? Listen to that. Lovely sound, isn't it? Really nice. There we go, so the engines practically started. Oh, look at that view. Don't you just like that? I love that. That's a nice view. That's a nice view. Okay, now what you should really do is get rid of the external power before you start it, but pretend that we already did. Right, that's it, basically. Your anti-collision light beacon should be on when you're pushing, and also when you're starting the engines, but obviously we're not doing that. Beacon, nav light on. You can turn on your taxi light and your runway turn off lights. Don't turn on your landing lights and your strobes until you're ready and being like cleared for takeoff, unless you're like entering the runway at the holding point, then you should turn them on. Apart from that, everything is good. There's no yellow lights. Down here is all good. Here's your flight plan, and here is everything set, like so. Oh, sorry, your TCAS. See, it's good when you have little yellow warnings. Come down here, blah blah blah, and over here you have your transponder. If you're not on ATC and you haven't been given a squawk code, default in Europe is 2000. Bam. And set that to TARA. And then TCAS is on. What you can do here, click traffic. Ooh, TFC pops up, and now any plane that flies around you, you'll see as a little diamond. Also down here you can put weather on, like so. That's your weather. Click weather on here, and then your weather pops up. If you want to be even more fancy, you can do a VSD. Look at that, lovely. And I basically just show you your climb, your descent, your cruise, top of descent, all on here. Very posh. Okay, so guys, I really hoped you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it right then. There we go, APU off. Leave the generators on, it doesn't like it when you turn them off. That's the APU all off now. I hope you really did enjoy that video. Right, let me try and get my words out. I hope it was helpful to you. Hopefully you can now get the QualityWings 787 off the ground into the air. And if you want to see me do a part where I take off and show you how to do it all properly or land the plane in like the procedures, then do let me know in the comments below. If you want to see it on a different aircraft like the 737, A320, 19, 21, 18, whatever you want, CRJ, if you want it on that one, let me know then. Apart from that, that's all I've really got to say. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again, probably next week or not. Don't really have an upload schedule, but I'll see you later. Goodbye.